Hello, my quilting friends. Welcome back. It's now day 9 of shelter at home, and this is Donna spending a little bit of time with you each day, helping the days pass a little quicker as we're having to hang out by ourselves. I feel like I have a little bit of community with you guys. I enjoy interacting and talking and answering questions. So thanks for joining me. Yesterday, we talked about quilts that we see in movies, and some people posted some movies that they've seen quilts in. That was a lot of fun. I have worked on my Jackie Robinson quilt a little bit more. And so, real quick, before I get into the other stuff, I wanted to share with you again about how I did the little applique on the blocks. So, because when I showed you yesterday, I had just pulled it out and it had been a while, so I kind of forgot. So now that I've worked on them, super easy. So like I said, you draw your petal shape onto a piece of lightweight interfacing that's fusible. So it has the little bumpies on it to iron. And you want to put that bumpy side down. So when I draw my lines, I draw it on the smooth side. So you want to put the bumpy side of the interfacing down on top of the right side of the fabric. Then you're going to just stitch right along the line that you sewed. Okay, then you're going to trim about 1/4 of an inch or so away from that line. Then this part's really important. You want to clip all little slashes all around the edges. Okay, and the tip on both tips, you want to just give that a little snip. Don't cut through your stitches, but you want to cut that little snip off, okay? Then just take your scissors and just snip all along, all around the whole edge to the curve. Okay, then you're going to kind of pinch it and pull them apart a little bit. Make a little slit in the interfacing, okay? And then cut up, and I cut down a little ways too. Okay, so you've got a nice slit in there. Then we're going to take this and turn it. So now you have the right side of your fabric out here, okay? And the bumpy side, it's okay if it rips a little bit more as you're turning it, okay? So you've got the right side out, bumpy side on the outside here too on the other side. So here's one all the way finished. And then I finished turning. Okay, and then I found a really snazzy tool that I had in my stuff. Who even knows? I think it's made by Clover. It's called a turning pressing tool. So it has like this little edge you could kind of press, do like a kind of finger press type of a seam if you wanted to press it down. But you want to get up in there with the point part and really push the corner out. That one kind of ripped through, so I trimmed it too close. But it's okay. I'll kind of tuck it in when I press it. Okay, so just don't push too hard. So just get up in there and kind of push that tip gently out. Okay, then I like to set it down on a flat surface and take this edge and kind of run it along that edge as I'm laying it down flat. Then it just kind of helps push that open and gives it a nice clean look. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. Then I took my block and put it diagonal across the block, really center it. In fact, I even like marked the little corners. You can even just kind of mark it with your fingers. Just kind of pull that so that it makes a little into the corner mark. And then that gives you somewhere to kind of line it up. So you're going to just eyeball it, get it as centered as you can in that block. Then I sewed 4 of those blocks together in that little flower petal shape. And so when I get them all going, it'll just look like big, fun circles those petals make. Really fun quilt. That's called orange peel. And then I've also been a little bit working on my little tiny 1.5 inch blocks. Who knows how big that quilt will be, but won't that be fun to have all those little teeny tiny pieces, a whole quilt made out of that? And I wanted to show you real quick that when I'm doing all these little pieces like this, I like to make it in more manageable sizes. So I'm sewing them into 9 patches first. So see, there's 9 3 by 3. And then I'll put those together in a whole bigger section. And then I can put those, makes it a little bit more manageable than just trying to sew like rows and rows and rows of little 1-inch strips and then trying to get all those rows to line up. So I find that a little bit, that makes it a little bit more manageable. So anyway, I have some really exciting news going on over on my website that I wanted to tell you about. My sweet Cindy has been working really hard to get things added on and just really spiff up our website. So please go check it out. It's donnasdesignthreads.com. And over there, you'll find, of course, all of the pantographs that I sell. Most of them I've designed. I have a couple other people that I work with that also do some designing, and I sell their designs as well. They're all available on paper and digital, and those are for the long arm quilting machines. But also in my spare time, I like to write patterns, and I have, I don't know, 15 or so different patterns maybe. And I have a couple of really simple ones I wanted to show you. This one's called Sparkler. I actually showed you the back of that one the other day when I was doing backings. And this one's called Magic Carpet. And the reason I'm showing you these two is, number one, they're really simple. They'll whip up really quick. Nice little baby quilts or lap quilts. Or this one has instructions. You can make it up to a king size on Magic Carpet. Real simple little squares. But the fun thing about these is that they're made with fat quarters. And remember the other day we were talking about what a fat quarter is. So it's still 1/4 of a yard of fabric that's cut at 18 inches, which is a half a yard, but then you only get half the width of the fabric. So it is still actually 1/4 of the yard, but it's in a easier to use piece. So I went through some stash of fabric that I've been collecting for a while and had way too much of, and made some really cute little bundles of fat quarters. And so we have about 16 of them that are listed on our website. Some of them, like this one's like, are all pinks. This one is mostly oranges. So you can go on there and pick which one you want. And there's some really nice navy ones. So lots of different, here's one with oranges and greens. So some of them have a little bit of coordinating combos and some of them are all mostly one colors. So please go check those out. If you're watching this on Instagram, click on the link in my bio and there'll be a link to all the different places. So like I said, those use fat quarters. This one, you can do a baby size with just one bundle and then some background fabric. And Sparkler also you can do with 6 fat quarters for the dark colors, and then either scraps or light, if you have some light colored fat quarters for the background part. And one more real quick. This one's a little bit more complicated. This one uses 12 fat quarters, and each fat quarter will make the one star block there. This one's definitely a little bit more complicated quilt, but I want to show you the real things real quick on the real quilts that are on the pattern there instead of just the patterns. So this one's Sparkler. Super cute. And this one is the Magic Carpet one. Real simple. You get 2 of the Magic Carpet squares out of each fat quarter. So that's a really fun one. You just would need some background fabric to go with that one. And then the other thing that we just added on to our website for sale, because, you know, I do so many quilts, I have lots of extra battings left over. So strips of batting cut at 2.5 inches. There's about 35 yards on in each package. And people are using those to make these fun jelly roll rugs. And this is amazing. I made this quilt or this rug for my kitchen after we had our kitchen remodel to kind of coordinate. And I made this about 1.5 years ago. It's been washed several times. It still just looks amazing. It looks so good right in front of my dark colored stove. It's really fun. If you're going to make, this one's not quite a whole jelly roll. If the whole jelly roll quilt makes up a little bit bigger. And if you're going to use a whole jelly roll to make a rug, you'll need 2 packages of this batting strips to make your rug. But it's way more economical than some of the whole pieces of 2.5-inch strip rolls that they're selling out there for the Jelly Roll rugs. So that makes it would make it a little bit more economical. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing some fun projects. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to be continuously creative and join me again tomorrow. Who knows what we're going to talk about? Sometimes I don't even know until right beforehand. So it'll be something fun, I promise. Have a great day, guys, and enjoy the weekend. See you tomorrow. Bye.